So when we're looking at digital transformation, in a perfect world, it requires large-scale coordinated efforts of our resources. The only person that can make that level of sustained change happen would be the CEO or the equivalent. We're talking about mayors, superintendents, the director of, a utility program, the director of a particular agency, and that leader, whether the CEO, superintendent, mayor, whoever it is, that CIO, as well as the other department leaders, will have to work with them. They'll have to ensure alignment, commitment, and accountability across the team. That's the C-suite or the leadership group working as a whole. And that's great. You guys are already doing that. There's no situation where a leader or a collection of leaders don't know each other's name. But knowing each other's name, sitting in on meetings from time to time, and talking about, one department's problem with another department, that does not create the buy-in necessary and the alignment necessary to understand from a technology perspective what the challenges are from day to day. And I think the biggest thing that doesn't get talked about, and one of the other challenges with digital transformation, technology transformation requires buy-in from non-technical leaders and non-technical staff. The majority of people using technology day to day are not technology experts. So you cannot wait for a single event as a technology leader to hope that somebody will understand what it is you're talking about when their experience with technology is effectively a VoIP phone solution, a cell phone, and email. It's just not a reasonable expectation. I'm somebody who is non-technical, but being that I work in this space as a partner and a solution provider, I have a greater understanding and a greater appreciation for the wheels that have to turn in the background in order to make the hands on the clock tick. I see that. I don't necessarily work on it as some of my engineer partners do and some of my colleagues do, but I see it on a day-to-day basis, so I understand it. How many, if we're just having a CIO or an IT leader listen, how many of your non-technical colleagues see the work you do day to day, understand why your hands are on that keyboard and what it is you're looking for when an alert pops up, understand why your backups are so important to you, understand what policy means from a network perspective, as well as from an internal departmental perspective. And if they don't understand that, waiting for a single event to try to plead your case and get what you need is almost asking to fail. Technology is so critical to everything that we're doing on a daily basis. We do not have the option to wait for a single moment to try to push what it is that we need. And that's not fair to non-technical leaders either. Non-technical leaders are going to be caught off guard by something that is new to them or that they rarely discuss, and now they're asked to be a part of a large decision, which again is another issue with digital transformation being a single event. You are asking somebody to be a part of a large decision on something that they have limited knowledge of. That's a scary place to be in. That's a very scary place to be in. So continuous transformation, when we talk about alignment and buy-in in these things, it's also in a way about making your non-technical team or non-technical leaders and staff and colleagues more comfortable with transformation and change on a regular basis, because that's what happens. As an IT department, you know that things are changing every single day. You see it, you work with it. You know that there's a new patch that came out because a new vulnerability was discovered and we need to make sure that we get it addressed. That's every day for us. That's not what the non-technical leaders understand because they don't know. And that's not their job to know. But it is our job as technical leaders who need to get buy-in from non-technical leaders to ensure that our organizations are aligned and moving in a single direction forward, that they understand what that is, that they understand the impact. Not to teach them how to do your job, but to understand why the work you're doing is valuable and how they benefit from it, or potentially how the organization will be hurt if we don't do the things that we need to do.